Hi, this is Fayth Hope, and I am here to tell you about the Stillman Accelerated Management Program, also known as S.T.A.M.P. I have a few buddies that I'd like to introduce to you, and they can tell you a whole lot more than I can about the culture of the program, its professors, life here at Stillman College. So come on, follow me and let's go on in and meet the good people.
Everything's going well. How about with you? Happy to see you too.
So Danny, can you tell us about your experience in the S.T.A.M.P. program?
Sure, I sure can. The S.T.A.M.P. program for me was like one of the biggest changes in my life that came. One of the best opportunities I can have as a working man, a married man with kids. Once I came up on the S.T.A.M.P. program, they told me that they would, take my life experiences, my work experience, and they combined all that to help me get an education and finish my degree. In every job set that I've had outside of these walls of Stillman College, I always came up on the fact that I needed a degree to be able to get promoted.
So I overheard you saying that S.T.A.M.P. took into account your life and your background. So how did they do that? Come on, walk with me.
I had a family.
Yes.
And as you know, having a family is hard to maintain and balance your life, everyday living and going to school and keeping work happy and mama home happy and the kids happy. And what the S.T.A.M.P. program did for me was I was able to do my work late at night. It was very flexible. S.T.A.M.P. was able to work with me one-on-one. The classrooms were smaller, the teachers were smaller, and what I mean by that is that I didn't have to worry about going to a class setting. I can do it online, which was more beneficial for a family man, a businessman, to be able to just do his work from home, not have to worry about the chaos that comes with life. And that's what helped me through S.T.A.M.P. Yes, ma'am.
So what would you say is if there had to be a culture in the program? Well, it is a culture, it's a culture. So what would you say that culture is? How would you capture that?
I tell you, the culture is different. It was different for me because I come from a Puerto Rican background. But when I came to Stillman College, I never saw myself as an outsider. Everybody kind of treated me like I was just one of their cousins.
Right.
So I never in my life saw color or I was, maybe thought of differently. They brought me in with open arms. The people that you meet, they become your family. The people that you hang out with here at school or people that are in the same class with you, people that you study with, everything comes together in one. And then when you graduate and you feel that tremendous feeling of, hey, I finally did it, but you didn't do it alone. You did it with your Stillman family. Yes, it was tough, but if I can recommend this program to anybody, and I will recommend it to everybody, anybody that quit school because it got tough, this would be one of the best programs that you can get into and go back and finish. The assurance that I got from my teachers was the biggest thing.
And that's what I was going to ask. How did they help you to get back to speed? Because this is a program for adult learners, for the non-traditional student, as they say. How do they take students like you who haven't been in the classroom in probably years and help you get back to where you need to be so that you can get on the path to graduation?
They took inventory of me and they set me down and they said, this is where you are, this is where you want to go. And now today, I'm managing over 100 people. with my degree from Stillman College. I got a bachelor's in business administration, and now I have over 100 people in the school system. I'm over 18 schools in the transportation department. So I'm a route supervisor for the Tuscaloosa County Schools. But I attribute everything that I do back to the S.T.A.M.P program, back to the fact that these professors took time to help me mold myself, and they saw something in me that at first I was afraid of or timid to do. Even though I can talk to people and do stuff, I just didn't see the end product, but they could see the end product in me. Yeah. And that's the difference that Stillman brings.
I just want to thank you so much for giving us your time and also giving us your talent here. I heard so many things about you. We hug.
Thank you. Well, thank you for bringing me in. I really appreciate you.
No problem. Talking about life, aren't we all? This is Fayth Hope interviewing the Johnson sisters, Kimberly and Karen. How are you doing, ladies?
We're doing great. How about you?
Well, doing well. Kimberly just recently graduated this past spring, and Karen, she's still in the program, got a little bit more to go, but she's getting through it, and I'm here to talk with them about their experiences, past and present. So how has the S.T.A.M.P program treated you ladies?
The S.T.A.M.P program has been actually great. I think one of my favorite parts about the program as a whole was it accommodates the working person. You're able to facilitate your classes where you can work a regular 8 to 5 and still maintain your grades. I finished with a 3.0, so I made the honors list. So it's a balance, being able to balance work and school. The professors are great. They'll work with you and just get through it, able to finishing one of my goals.
So what were you doing prior to coming to the S.T.A.M.P program?
Nothing as far as school-wise.
Yes, as far as school.
As far as school-wise, I had finished my associates at the University of Phoenix. And then when I started working here, it presented an opportunity to finish something that I'd already started. So I just took the opportunity and went ahead and sailed right through.
Mm-hmm. And what about you?
Honestly, I had no desires to go back to school.
Really?
Yeah, student loans had completely destroyed completely discouraged me from going back to school. Like, no more debt, I'm done. And then working here, I met a young man, and he struggled through his first semester of school. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll go back, and I'll finish if you finish. Mm-hmm. And it was funny because just last semester, when Kim graduated, I told her, I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not going back to school. And she was like, but you can't do that because he's still in school. So we get to finish together, you know. I took a break off because I was a mother early, you know, and it gave me the opportunity to go back, you know, and still get my degree.
So how is it that with you guys being out of school for a little while before you came back, how did they catch you back up to where you needed to be so that you could perform?
In the initial S.T.A.M.P procedure, there's what they call the gen ed classes that it starts you out with. So they start you out kind of slow in gen ed classes, like there's logic,
religion,
2 religion classes, and accounting 1. So they kind of like spread you out, and the way the classes are set up, you take 1 class every 6 weeks or 2 classes every 6 weeks. So it's not like you're overwhelmed, like and the way the schedules are set up, it actually works where they're staggered. So I might have, say like if you're a regular student, it was a Tuesday, Thursday class and a Monday, Wednesday, it's kind of the same thing as S.T.A.M.P because the schedules are staggered so where their assignments are not all due at the same time.
Here at Stillman, there is a certain vibe, a certain culture, and I know that S.T.A.M.P has its own culture. So what does it mean to be, well, first of all, what is that culture, and what does it mean to be a member of S.T.A.M.P?
The culture is kind of unique in its own way because you get to learn so much about people's different walks of life, just like you would a traditional student, but there's more life experience on the S.T.A.M.P side, if that makes any sense. Like, you have people who lived and gone through things that offer different kind of encouragement.
It's nice to have, like, you know,
An extended
family. Yeah, because
And
that's what
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's
And-
exactly what it's
right.
like.
In talking with, as you know, Danny Morales, he said the same thing about family. And I think that, you know, with two of you family encouraging each other to get through the program, and then you have your extended S.T.A.M.P family. So pretty much the culture is family.
reaching out to people who've done it before and becoming family. And so we kind of like all stick together too. So,
Well, on that note, family.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for sitting down and talking with me and shedding some light on your experiences in the S.T.A.M.P program.
you're very welcome.
Yes.
Wow, those were some interesting conversations. We learned a lot about S.T.A.M.P culture and its students and professors, but we have some more in store for you. Come follow me over to a coffee house across town, and we're gonna meet some more of our friends from S.T.A.M.P. And just like that, we're here at the Monarch Espresso Bar, downtown Tuscaloosa, to meet up with our friends from the S.T.A.M.P program. So come on, let's get some coffee and have some good conversation. Hey.
How's it going?
Good, everything's going well. Shake hands, we hug. Yes. We're here with S.T.A.M.P graduates Michelle Coley and Anthony Thomas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, we're just wanting to learn a lot more about the culture of the S.T.A.M.P program and the student experience. We know that it is a program for adult learners, the non-traditional student, and we want to get your take on it. We've heard from some other individuals earlier in the week, and so we'd like to talk with you.
Sure. I got interested in the S.T.A.M.P program when I got employed at Stillman as a campus police officer. Recently, I just retired, of course. But the thing about the S.T.A.M.P program was it was an accelerated program in which I was pursuing my degree a while back, some years before, while I was in the Army, but I never did finish. So I got interested in that program because I figured, hey, 18 months, I get a degree. The classes were challenging. You know, I chose to take them online strategically. You know, you can look at the classes, see what's offered through the summer, through the regular fall season, and take the classes that you need.
Awesome. Awesome. And what about you, Michelle?
My experience with the SMI program came along, and that's what it was, Stillman Management Institute before S.T.A.M.P. And the way I got involved is I was in radio at the time, and a lot of people, I was doing a lot of events around town, and people were coming up to me saying, hey, do you have your degree? Because I was young, and they were thinking, you need to go to school. And I was like, okay. I was semi-young, meaning that I looked a lot younger than I really was. And they were saying, you need to get a degree, because you don't want to be in a situation where people want to offer you a job and then you don't have the credentials. So I said, okay, and I looked around for some type of opportunity because I knew I didn't want to go to campus every day. I was a young mom at that time, and I was married, and I was working full time, and I was just like, how am I going to fit this into my life? And the 18-month program, I looked at it, and it's one night a week, and it was every Thursday night, and I think it was 6 until 10, and I went, and we had the classes, and it had it laid out really perfect. You take certain classes, and this module will finish, and then you go to the next module, and it worked really well for my life. A lot of times people say, well, a degree doesn't matter. I have a lot of experience, but that degree really helps take it over the top. And that's what I would say. If you've been working in the community and you have a lot of experience, go ahead and go back. If you had a little college already, get those credits together and then go into the S.T.A.M.P. program, and it will take you over the top. And I would say that the SMI program was ahead of its time. That's right. I feel like back then, 10, 12 years ago, people weren't doing a lot of online classes or thinking outside of the box like this. Right. I hate to say it, a lot of us have a couple of years of college experience. And then something, everybody's got a couple of years of college experience. Right. Well, this will help you to take that to the next level and go ahead and finish that degree. And I think that's a big deal. That's huge for adult learners. A lot of people want to go back. So I would say the SMI program and the S.T.A.M.P. program is great for adult learners. Those couple of years of college that you have, go ahead and finish it off, get that degree, and you'll be amazed at what it does for your job. That's right.
Wow. Well, we can just go on home. Thank you for going. No, I'm just playing. I have some more questions. I have some. In the both of you, you came in, as we were saying, adult learners. And you mentioned briefly how the program fit with your life. But could you give us more detail as far as, I guess, the climate of your life to where you were having to choose this alternative learning path?
Well, now, I'm a disabled veteran. I was in the military, of course, and the management part of it, of course, I've always wanted to get into management. And I think that that's what really steered me to the program. Now, granted, as a leader in the military, you considered managers or, in equivalent to managers. Well, I needed the education part of it. Now, I had the experience, the physical experience, but then now you need the education backing, or that piece of paper that you call it the diploma, the degree. So you can pursue other interests in your life. Having that degree means a lot, and without it, I wouldn't be in that position. I wouldn't be in it at all. I would be not even considered for that position. Yes, I have the experience, but then there's a competition level too. You got to have that paper behind you, that diploma, that degree.
You're right about that.
Yeah, you got to have that degree, and it speaks for you even while you're sitting here. That degree speaking for you somewhere else, at some other company.
The way that S.T.A.M.P. program and the SMI program is laid out so that you can see a clear path to what you're trying to do. I think when I originally came here to go to school, and it wasn't laid out for me I didn't know really what I wanted to do. And a management degree is a great degree. A business administration degree is a great degree to have because it's so versatile. You can do a lot with it. And so by them having the courses already laid out, all I had to do is follow the path. That made it very simple for me. And it's 18 months. I knew what I was going to take here, what was going to happen. I think that's what helped me to get through it, is because I saw an end and I knew what I was going to get at the end. And so I think that's what helped me.
How would you describe the culture that is S.T.A.M.P.? What is the culture of the program?
The culture, I believe, is business. Yeah, it's just plain business. Like she said, the teachers, instructors or professors, they're pushing you at every given moment. You're not sitting back, you're not trying to get anything handed to you. It's all about business.
What you get in the program is there are tools that equip you to go into the real world and be successful.
Right.
And I think that that's a culture that I like, that we're serious about it, serious business, and that what you're getting from us is going to be something that you can legitimately take with you. And when you walk into anywhere, you can feel confident that you know what you're talking about and that we have given you the instruction that you need to be successful. So I would say that's the culture, that we mean business. We're teaching you business and we mean business. So I think,
100%.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
when you said business, that's what came to my mind, business.
Yes.
And on that note, you heard it. It's a culture of family. It's a culture of business. S.T.A.M.P program. We're so happy to have brought you here to tell everybody about the good news of
Oh,
the
yeah,
program.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take the time and do it.
Yes.
Do it. Do
Yes.
it. You will thank us later.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Hello again. We hope that you've had a good time learning about S.T.A.M.P, its students, faculty, staff, and everything else that comprises S.T.A.M.P culture. If you'd like to learn more about the S.T.A.M.P program, please call the Dean of the Business School, Mr. Isaac McCoy, at area code 205-248-3401. Again, that is Dean Isaac McCoy at 205-248-3401. Thank you again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you here at Stillman.